Hi, I'm Matt Cardle and you're on MyBliss.co.uk.
Hi Matt, we're really loving the new single. Can you tell us a bit about what it's about?
Yeah, the new single is all about, it's basically about not being good enough for the person you're with, and kind of doing the right thing and telling them to kind of get off and go and find someone that can really give them what they need. And I've been trying to write that kind of song for a long time because I've been in that position many times, you know, not feeling good enough for the person you're with, and then Gary sent through the track, and he'd done it. I was like, Eureka! He's completely nailed the sentiment and done it really well. The way I was doing it, I was kind of just caning myself for 3.5 minutes, yes, I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to sing it. So I was so thankful to Gary for gifting me the song.
So it's called Run For Your Life, and we want to know if you've ever had to run for your life.
Thank you.
Have you ever been chased by a dog?
No. Yes. I've been chased by a dog, but I also got chased by sheep.
Oh yeah?
And I crapped myself. I really did. I can't remember where it was. We kicked a ball into a field. I've been chased by a few animals actually, like sheep, cows.
Cows? How fast go? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm a country bumpkin, you see, so I'm kind of used to that.
Do you just stand still?
No, everybody's like, yeah, stand still and don't show any fear, and that is such a load of...
Have you ever done a dine and dash?
What, I mean, run away without paying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, one of my best mates, I met his girlfriend in town when he was away, and I was walking through the street and she was walking around, so we were like, should we go out? And we went on the lash together and went to a Chinese restaurant at about 2 in the morning, and they were just behind the fish tank having their meal at the end of the shift, and she was like, she was only, I mean, I was young at the time, I was like 18, I think she was 17, and she's like, let's do a runner, and I was like, come on Joey, you sure? And she was like, yeah, so let's do it. So I was like, okay, so we kind of slowly put our jackets on like that, and then instead of running out the door and across the street and under the underpass and away, we ran out the door, left and around the back, right past the kitchen door.
Have you ever had to run from the law?
Yeah. And we ran, and it was the middle of the night, and we ran across fields and ditches and all sorts. We ended up getting caught, and that was that.
So you're not very good at this whole running away thing?
No, I mean, by the end of that one we just gave up. We were in the middle of nowhere, dirty, wet, muddy, and we were like, you know what? The thing is, and I'm just going to make this point, I didn't do anything wrong. It was my mate.
Good to hear. As Gary Barlow gifted you the song, is he your new favourite X Factor judge? Or your favourite new judge?
Absolutely, without a shadow of doubt. I think he was anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I think Talisa's great, and I think Kelly's really cool. We love Destiny's Child. Louis, he's a legend. He's always going to be there till the bitter end. I love Louis, and he was really sweet to me on the show, and you know, I like Louis a lot. I think he's a great guy. But yeah, Team Gutty.
Team Gutty.
Gutty.
Speaking of X Factor as well, who do you reckon you could take in an arm wrestle? One Direction or Cher Lloyd?
I'll take them all.
Yeah, even Cher.
I think I'd beat Cher in an arm wrestle. Yeah, there's not a lot of Cher.
She's hard though. Or is it all in the mind?
I think it's... No, she's a tough girl, but I don't think she's physically that tough.
Okay, and One Direction aren't really, are they?
Mind you, they all work out and they're all quite ripped.
They seem to be getting bigger in the...
Yeah, they're all quite stacked.
Wow.
You've been watching them closely, have you?
Yes, we have. Who would win the X Factor? You, Simon Cowell, or Louis Walsh?
I think Simon.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably got a bigger chest than I have.
Is he quite?
I don't know about that. I've never... Oh, there was a photo of him on a jet ski. He looks quite buff.
Were you studying that?
No, but rather I studied pictures of Simon than Louis.
This is true. This is true. Speaking of One Direction as well, they've been driving the ladies wild. What are you going to do to get the ladies on your side? Not got an action plan?
Don't really have an action plan for that, no. Just going to do the best I can do to be the best I can be, I suppose. I mean, that's such a answer, but it's true. I'm not, you know, I'm after people enjoying the music. and come to see me play live as opposed to being in my hotel room when I'm done.
Good answer. What 3 things must a girl have to catch your eye? Doesn't have to be physical.
No. They've got to make me laugh. You know, I'm a sucker for pretty eyes. And I don't know what else. Just nice and smiley. I love people smiling.
Cool. And a lot of the songs you've sung are about love. Have you ever serenaded a girl outside her window?
Not outside her window.
Because that's creepy.
Because that is a bit creepy, and that just looks rubbish if it goes wrong as well. Do you know what I mean? If you're like, hey, and they're like, oh.
Oh,
like,
she's not in.
Yeah. If her brother comes out or something, you're like, oh. No, I mean, no, I've never. I think it's cheesy. I've never serenaded anyone like that. No.
Have you ever serenaded anyone at all?
I don't think so. I really don't think so. I may have done, like, in the past. Not that I can remember, so it obviously didn't go very well. It did. I mean,
All a bit awkward. What's the worst way you've ever been dumped?
do you know what? And this is going to sound really bad. I never have been.
Which leads me on to my next question.
No. Wait. I'm just trying to think. I think I was at school, obviously, you know, like, but that's not. That is a dumping, you know.
Dumping ground.
You know, like, Kerry, go and tell Matt that he's dumped. So then Kerry comes along and is like, Matt, Amy says he's dumped. I'm like, oh, great, kicking the football around. Like, you know what I mean? That kind of dumped, then yeah. But serious relationship, it's over dumped. That's never happened.
So what's the worst way that you've dumped somebody?
There's no good way, is there?
Well, there's not, but
there's an honourable way.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a respectful way. I suppose I've texted someone before and said, look, we need to talk, and then they've gone, oh, what about? And I was like, well, we need to talk, and they're like, no, I'm out, tell me. No, I'm with, you know, I'm in the cinema or something, tell me. And I'm like, okay, you wanted it like this, there you go. And then they were like, I can't believe you text me. That's, yeah. But you know, that's what the song's about. It's about dumping someone in the nicest way possible, isn't it, really?
Lovely. Can you let us into a secret? What do you keep under your hat? Is it like a Paddington Bear marmalade sandwich situation?
I've got a flock of geese under my hat.
Flock of geese? How many?
Well, we just had a, you know, the mum just gave birth, and I've had a few eggs hatch. So
nice.
It's going to be pushing 20 now.
20. But like, did any of the eggs fall at any point from the hat?
No, they're all only tiny. These are miniature geese.
Oh,
Pygmy geese.
of course.
A real goose under my hat.
That was me thinking there was an actual
Pygmy
goose.
geese, Jesus.
Ah, have you named them all? Did you get quite attached to them, or?
No, I just call them all goose.
Goose.
Goose 5.
Dinner.
Yeah. Dinner, yeah, but it's not much. It's more like a snack.
Yeah, I guess so. Like sushi, but a bird. You said recording the song made you teary. What other things make you well up? Oh, sorry, what other songs have made you well up?
I'm not sure if there's a song playing in Forrest Gump when he's at the grave talking to Jenny. That always gets me. Barbara's Adagio for strings usually gets me, feeling quite emotional, not usually crying. No, not a lot of songs do get me like that, unless I'm actually singing them. First time I ever saw your face gets me. Not a lot, you know, I don't listen to a lot of sad songs really.
Not very emo.
Not particularly like sitting in my room hating my dad for no reason.
Down for that.
Yeah.
And you sing quite serious songs, and in your promo pics you're quite serious. Got kind of a wistful look on your face. What makes you laugh?
The album or the both really, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone that I've seen.
What makes me laugh?
Yeah.
Oh, all sorts of stuff, like anything. I've just got the most ridiculous sense of humour. Massive fan of Family Guy. In-Betweeners. Alan Partridge is like a hero of mine. Just really stupid stuff, like, you know, some toilet humour and really kind of quite sick at times. I can make myself laugh quite easily as well, just thinking about stuff. Sometimes people's misfortune is funny, but not all the time. If you know, like you've been framed, that's quite funny.
Yeah. So if you saw someone fall over in the street, would you?
If they didn't really hurt themselves, and yeah, it's quite funny.
Would you laugh at them, or would you just kind of kind of like?
Yeah, it's one of those kind of jobs.
And what else can we expect from you this year?
I don't know. I mean, obviously we've got the single coming out and the album. We've got some dates up in the Shetland Islands and Orkney and Inverness.
Ooh, nice.
So I'm going real north for these ones. Yeah, just, I mean, I want to just play the best I can play. Like, I've written the best I've ever written in the studio this last 5 or 6 months. And just want to put in the best performances I can live now.
Will there be an X Factor performance?
I really hope so. Still not 100%, but I really hope so.